while the human world sinks into a deep slumber, closing its curtains and turning off its screens, a completely different shift begins in the forest. There's no artificial light here, no fuss, no deadlines. But it has its own rules, its own roads, and its own eternal wanderers. Before us is a common fox, but it's only common in biology textbooks. For this forest, it's one of the most sophisticated, sensitive, and intelligent predators, a symbol of adaptation and survival. A camera trap caught it around midnight. It's the time when nature sheds its daytime mask and reveals its true, primal instincts. Take a look at this shot. The camera flash captures her silhouette from the darkness, and the first thing you notice is her glowing gaze. In the darkness, her eyes seem like mystical lights, but the physiological explanation for this miracle is far more prosaic and beautiful. Behind the retina of the fox, like that of many nocturnal predators, is a special layer, the tapetum lucidum, a biological mirror. It captures even the faintest light from stars, the moon, or the camera's infrared light, reflecting it back and doubling the visual signal. What appears to us as impenetrable darkness is to the fox a detailed, high-contrast map where every twig is visible. A fallen tree. To the casual hiker, it's simply a deadfall, an obstacle to be stepped over or walked around. For forest dwellers, it's an engineering feat created by nature itself. Fallen tree trunks form a veritable system of overpasses and highways in the dense forest. The fox spends a full 13 minutes on this log. In the wild, where a second of hesitation can cost a life or a missed meal, 13 minutes on one spot is an eternity. She's not just passing by, she's exploring. She's scanning the space. She's living in this moment 100%. Look at her tail. Luxuriant and thick, it seems like a decorative ornament, but in reality, it's her main balance beam, her rudder. When a fox walks along a narrow log, slippery with nighttime dew, her tail makes microscopic movements, maintaining her center of gravity. Without this perfect counterbalance, her famous leaps and graceful walks would be impossible. But what made her freeze? Look how her ears have shifted. A fox's ears are precision locators. They can pivot as they move, picking up the rustling of a vole's paws beneath a thick layer of moss or soil tens of meters away. A fox can even hear a worm moving in the grass. Now, perched on her wooden platform, she might be listening to the pulse of the earth. Down there, beneath the roots of this upturned tree, a subterranean micro-life teems. Mice, moles, shrews, all hoping for the night's protection. But they don't know that above them, death itself hovers. Graceful, red-haired though, grey in the night like death with perfect hearing. We often think of predators as hunting in constant flight, in a frantic pursuit, like in action movies. But real hunting is 90% anticipation. It's meditation. It's the ability to freeze and turn to stone, to become part of the very tree you're standing on. This is precisely what we observe during these long 13 minutes. Patience is the key skill of a successful hunter. Wild animals never waste energy. In nature, there's no such thing as a pleasure walk or fitness. Perhaps this tree is a boundary marker. Foxes are territorial animals. The territories of males and females can stretch for many kilometers, and these boundaries must be constantly updated, checked, and marked. By leaving its scent on the bark, the fox writes a forest letter to its fellow foxes. I am here. This is my land. I am healthy, strong, and ready to defend my territory. Sniffing the log, she reads the other people's responses. Who passed through here before her? Was it a badger? Did a marten scamper by? Or perhaps this is the scent of a stranger who dared to disturb her peace. The fox reads all this informational noise, invisible to us, in seconds. For her, the bark of this tree is like a news feed on a social network, where the entire history of this forest for the past 24 hours is written. "13 minutes of footage. Just a brief episode in the life of one animal, one that will never know it was captured by human technology. The camera trap is an amazing invention. It allows us to witness nature without disturbing its delicate balance. We didn't frighten it with a flash, didn't leave behind our pungent human scent, didn't force it to flee, wasting precious energy. We simply peeked in. The fox moves further into the darkness, disappearing among the trees. Her night is only just beginning. She still has many kilometers to travel, dozens of such logs to check, several leaps to make, and perhaps meet the dawn, well fed and tired, in her den. And we are left with this frame, a reminder that right next to us, literally a few kilometers from our warm apartments and illuminated streets, there exists a parallel universe. Ancient, wise, living by laws that existed long before us and will remain after us. A universe where a little fox walks for 13 minutes across a log at night, guarding its fox secrets.